Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts.
England! England!
Looking back through the years, we can't hold back the tears and the fears. We gotta be what we can be, 'cause we can write a new history, yeah. So we on Kane, Sterling, we believe we wear the Lions heart on our sleeves. We are England through and through. Come on, England, we love you.
Till I Die TV, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
All right, how the devil are we? Welcome along, one and all, to what hopefully will be an exciting match. Yeah, I'm not sure, are you? It's Leicester Till I Die TV. You can do as it says there, if you please. If you're watching on YouTube and you haven't done already, please subscribe. Smash the likes on the video and click that notification button, and I'll tell you why in a second. But just as a reminder, here we go.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Watch us on YouTube
Listen on your favourite podcast platform
or ask your smart speaker.
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
Hello there, how are we all? I've already done that, haven't we? I'm just going to have to quickly, just very, very quickly, just nip off. I will be back in 1 second. Hello, I'm back. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. And what a time to get a notification that you've asked for a reset of your Facebook password when in fact you haven't. Strange. Anyway, I'm all working. How are we all? First of all, commiserations for Scotland the other week. Not really. Well done to Wales. We will see you in Qatar in November. Well done for the win there. A bit lucky, but a win is a win is a win. And welcome along to this. And I wasn't sure about doing this tonight because, let's be honest, I was on Jake West Ham Unofficial's channel doing the Watchalong, and I did the second half with him of the Hungary game. Yeah, that's 90 minutes, 45 minutes if I want to get back in my life. So we're taking a bit of a chance doing this. So that fingers crossed. Let's say a few hellos and how are we doing? Evening, Helen. How are you? Thank you for joining us once again. You are more than welcome. Hope you are well. Facebook user, again, stick your name at the end. Not sure who you are, but please stick your name at the end and I can give you a shout out. They just said Justin won't be playing tonight due to a calf injury. Quite possibly that's why he came off the other day. He did look a little bit out of depth, though, got to be honest with you. But I mean, if he's going to get injured, I suppose, at least he's got time to recover before the season starts. Helen says she is fine. Good indeed. Mike, how are you? Welcome along, sir. I'm expecting a lot of bots in tonight because they popped up the other day on Michael's. on Jake's and also on Doug's the other night as well. So if you want a bit of free sex, watch out for them bots. They'll be coming up soon. Waiting for Anthony to join us. I believe Anthony is coming in. In fact, he would do if I sent him the link, which I haven't done at the moment. There we go. That all helps, doesn't it? So let's have a look at the team, shall we? You could have picked this. You really could have picked this. I mean, I'm still not convinced that leaving Maddison out isn't going to be his future. Somebody said to me once, what does Maddison have to do to get into Gareth's squad? And I said, nothing, but if you get some Irish blood in him, he might actually be able to get into the Irish squad. And apparently he does. There's just something going on there. Some England managers, and it is a tough job. And I've been a defender of Gareth Southgate's over the years because, I believe that he's got us to finals and third in the last in the last nations, second in the or third in the World Cup. Anyway, we've got second in the Euro, so he's doing something right. And of course, it's a job where if your team manager doesn't pick players you don't like, or you can get annoyed at him. But when the England manager does, you've got 92 odd teams all going mad at him. The thing that gets me about Gareth Southgate, and this is what I'm very disappointed in, is I thought he was going to have a little bit more about him. I'm not going to lie. I thought, do you know what? This guy, he said he'll pick players that are on form, not just for the club. And I'm kind of thinking, you're not doing that now, are you? It's a really, really is annoying. That he said that, and I thought, great. We're seeing players from Leeds, Bournemouth players. We're going to see a different type of England manager. And no, we're back to picking my old favourites. Maguire, how out of form has he been this season? And don't get me wrong, I still like Maguire, and I appreciate what he did for the club when he left for Man United. But he on form, you can't pick him for England, but he is. But as I say, I just explain the change of heart, Gareth, that you are going for players that have never let you down, but are completely off form. And let's have a look. You say they're, they've never let me down for England. Well, none of them were particularly good against Hungary, are they? Mike, thank you very much, mate. You had to rub it in. Are you hungry this evening? We'll ignore that one, Mike. Helen, I put Southgate in the Lamps Arteta bracket, Chris. I don't. We've got to accept whether you love him or whether you hate him. Are you particularly bothered who the manager is as long as you are winning? Now, we've had Sven-Goran Eriksson, Fabio Capello, Terry Venables. None of them have won anything. We've got through to a couple of quarters with Sven. Of course, we got through to a semi with Terry. But they've never got us to a final. The only person that's ever got us to a final before Gareth was Sir Alf. 1966. Yeah, all those years of hurt. So I don't know what he can do to get people over. Well, we played defensively and we would have won, Euro 22 if he'd have picked this player, would have played that player. Purely bollocks, let's be honest with you. He has got us, let me just rearrange my camera a little bit. He's got us to where we are. He's got us into a final. The first manager, like I say, since 66. And you're still not happy. And some fans never will be. It's the same with the club. If let's be honest with you, if Man United won the Premier League next season and managed to lose 2 games on the way, some Man United fans would complain about the negativity of those 2 games. So we disagree with I disagree anyway with a lot of what he does, but he's still our most successful manager. In fact, he's done more. Yes, I know, obviously, Sir Alf won it, but he did more than that because he's got us to more, he only got us to the one final, Alf, and it was on home soil, let's be honest. Mike says here, Southgate is a coach. As a coach, he's championship at best. The reason he was England 11 was shite team. 2, he plays a back 5 with no defensive midfield. Steve Cooper and Paul Ince are better managers. Disagree with you totally, Mike. Sorry, mate. Totally and utterly disagree with you. What has Paul Ince ever won as a manager? What has Steve Cooper, apart from the playoff final, what has he ever won as a manager? Good evening, Chris. How are you? Welcome along. England fan base are split on Southgate. People have said, "Oh, let's have Graham Potter as England manager." Why? What's he done? He won a few things in Switzerland, and if we want managers, English managers that are successful abroad, let's get Roy Hodgson in because he won a few things when he was managing abroad. Southgate has never won anything after getting relegated with Borough. No, he hasn't. He totally has not. But, and I don't want to argue too long with a Welsh fan about an English manager, but some managers can do it as England managers and not as club managers. Other people can do it the other way around. Other managers can do it the other way around. Chris, you agree. I agree with you. Sorry, Southgate is suited to the international stage. He is. He's not a club manager. We've seen that. And I'm trying to think, rest his soul, who was the Welsh manager who did very, very well, stopped being Welsh manager, went to manage Sunderland and got them relegated? I can't think of his name, but, Mike, he was a good manager. Yeah, at international level, he did brilliantly for you. Went to Sunderland, got them relegated. Hi, Scott, how are you? I am well, thank you very much. All I will say is, third in the World Cup in Russia. I think we were third when we're not in the Nations League. Gary Speed, God rest his soul. Rest his soul, Mike. But you see the point I'm getting. Chris Coleman, that was it. Yeah, Chris Coleman. So you can be good at one and not at the other. Fabio Capello came in, a great manager in Italy at club level, fucking useless as England manager. So you can't do that. Graham Potter may come in at some point and say to prove me wrong, and he may take over and win us the World Cup. We don't know. But at the moment, Gareth is doing a good job. Yes, he's not picking players we like. If we'd have won that penalty shootout against Italy, would we all be sat here? Oh, not me. What is that guy wearing? Bloody hell, Channel 4. I know you've got the football now, but I don't know what that presenter is wearing. It's put me off what I was saying now. It totally has. Still waiting for Anthony, my co-host this evening, to come on. He could go, but Southgate, that was it. Gareth Southgate at the moment, he's not doing a bad job, and like I say, he has been our most successful manager since Alf Ramsey. And you could argue that he's been more of a successful manager because he's got us further. He only did it in one tournament, Sir Alf. Yes, we know he took it all the way, of course. But Chris, I'm in. Come and join me, Chris. Come and join me. Southgate has been the best England manager for a long while. He's been the best England manager. The argument is Terry Venables, and I wish Terry Venables had stayed. I think we could have won, I believe, the World Cup under Terry Venables. Now, unfortunately, he stepped down because of a certain, allegedly, Sir Alan Sugar, his ex-boss at Spurs, and arguments there about his dismissal. So he felt he had to leave so not to drag the FA into it. So thanks, Alan Sugar, as they allegedly. But yeah, he could have gone on, I believe, and won us the World Cup. Will Southgate win us the World Cup? Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Mike, if Ten Hag comes in, as he is doing, and gets Manchester United to second, would he be a bad manager? Is Klopp a bad manager because he's got Liverpool? All right, yes, he's had one good season. But if you take that season out, there's not many Liverpool fans, even without that fantastic season they had, that would say Klopp isn't a good manager and want him to go. So why are we saying it with England? Yeah, Scott, it says exactly the same. Stick with Southgate. He's done well for us as an England manager. He has. Question is, how many more years on the home country is not going to win anything internationally? Are we going to be alive still when we win something other than domestically? Do you know what? As a Leicester fan, I mean, you've waited 30 years, Helen. You've waited 30 years to win something again as Liverpool. Was it worth waiting for? 30 years, there's only 20 clubs that have been in the Premier League, or 22, obviously, at some points as well. Was it worth sticking with it, though? I never thought I would see Leicester win the Premier League, and I never thought I'd see Leicester win the FA Cup in my lifetime. But I did. I'm just going to Google England managers, and let's just have a look what my best mate, Mr. Wikipedia, has to say, shall we? Just on England managers, because actually, when you look at these things, sometimes it actually the stats are surprising. Do I go to England football managers online? Let's see what that brings up. Walter Winterbottom. Anthony, remember that if he's on. Let's just have a look here. Points percentage. 75.7% is Gareth Southgate's point percentage. As higher than Roy Hodgson, almost as high as Capello, higher than McLaren, higher than Sven, higher than Kevin Keegan, higher than Howard Wilkinson, higher than Glenn Hoddle. He could have taken us further if he hadn't upset the FA, of course. Higher than Terry Venables. So he's got a higher win percentage than Terry Venables. Alf Ramsey is higher than Alf Ramsey as a points percentage. So, as I say, let's give him some chance until he actually does something bad or we don't qualify. And I have, as an England fan, have watched a lot of football where we haven't qualified for things. The World Cup, the first time in America, we weren't there, and we had to put up with Republic of Ireland. So we shouldn't. Well, as I say, let's be careful what we wish for. I mean, at the end of the day, the best manager, if we want to be precise, the best manager ever for England was Sam Allardyce. He's got a 100% win record. Do you want him back? Do you want him back? Go on, Southgate or Sam Allardyce. Which way do you want to go? We'll bring Anthony in a second. Let's just go through some more points here. If Pep was manager of one of the home net countries, which one would he pick? I think he'd probably want Germany, wouldn't he? He wouldn't even consider. Well, you don't know. You don't know. I suppose fairness with you, probably the one that paid him the most money. English media love to kiss these English managers' backsides like Potter, etc. All they are good managers, nothing more until they prove themselves. Yeah, but like I say, winning something, in fairness, Chris, domestically does not make you a good international manager, but I get your point. And let's be honest with you, the English media like to big players, big managers up, and then kick them as soon as they get to the top. It's a shambles. It is a little bit. I don't think Southgate can take this England squad any further than he has. We'll find out in November, won't we? Because if you bring somebody in now, all they're going to do, it's like Klopp leaving Liverpool, Helen. Another manager coming in, he might say, I don't want Salah. I mean, it's unlikely, but you know what I mean. So it's like starting again, and that's what this guy would be doing. Scott, my only wish would be Abraham leading the line rather than Kane. I agree. We wouldn't be doing better in tournaments if Potter was manager. I agree totally again. Kane is 29, same age as me. Something has to change, right? What has to change? What has to change? We are in the middle of change at the moment. Scott, Wayne Rooney, next England manager, you saw it here first. Not out the realms of possibility. Look, he's here now. Let's bring him in and see what he has to say on the subject. Anthony, a very small Anthony there. It's little Ant. Let's make you big. I bet a few women have said that to you before now, haven't they?
Just a few.
Well, I don't know if you caught the end of that. They were having a bit of a discussion about Gareth Southgate, and I've never known English fans be happy with any. Oh, we're off again. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah, I can hear you.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, please do get onto Leicester Till I Die TV. Get into the onto the homepage and go down to the fun zone, and you'll see Anthony Kamara in his finest. You
will. Yeah,
it was great. No, as I say, no English manager is ever going to please 100% of the English fans. No domestic manager ever pleases 100% of their own fans. But statistically, apart from who did I just say? Sam Allardyce, who's got 100% record. He's probably got one of the better records, a better points percentage than Alf Ramsey had.
Well, yeah, on win ratios and that, obviously because of the one game that he managed, obviously still goes down. He's at 100%. Nobody's ever going to beat that, but we know the reasons why he was no longer England manager, and then so be it. But I mean, to be honest with you, everybody was on about Southgate when he first come in, to take over England, whether he was going to do a good job or not. I'll be honest with you, from if you compare him to what he was like at club level, which wasn't that great when he managed Middlesbrough and things and other teams like that, and I think his Villa as well, it was, and then he come into the England. He actually hasn't done that bad for England, to be honest with you. His first campaign in that World Cup took us to a semi-final.
Yes.
And then we finish fourth in the third and fourth playoff.
Yeah.
And then obviously getting us into the final of the Euros. So
and in between, he got us the third in the Nations League. So a fourth, a third, and a second. In my mind, things are changing.
Well, they're changing, but they're slightly going up gradually, aren't they? So with this World Cup coming up now, is it possibly, could it be a win?
It would be funny if he did do that, wouldn't it? 4-3-2-1. Chris, it'd be difficult to progress in the last two tournaments. Yeah, we have looked good. We have looked good. I'd like to say a good club manager doesn't always make a good international manager, and vice versa. And Helen, actually, in fairness, Wayne Rooney would have kept Derby in if they hadn't had that points deduction. But before we go any further, I just want to remind people, I don't think I did this earlier, this is where you can watch and listen to us.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favourite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
You know what, those models don't come cheap. And if you've got nothing better to do later on in the week, if you are, say, on YouTube, you've subscribed, click that notification bell, because you'll get a chance to see this. Yes, indeed. You will see Mark Halsey, the ex-manager.
You do know who I am?
Yeah, great guy, living his faith. He gave me an hour of his time this morning. I'm editing it and putting it out later on this week. A great. I to be honest with you, I learned a lot of things about being a manager. But quickly to go on to it, Anthony, the team. You've seen the team, I take it. We could have predicted that, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could have. Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to learn anything, is he? I mean, I know the Nations League, it is sort of a competition, but he is it's replacing friendlies. And to my mind, he should be playing. Pickford shouldn't be in goal. Kane shouldn't be up front. All these players, he knows what they can do.
Yeah, it's one of those things like you when it's one of your star players of a team that you support. You think that, like, okay, they're playing for their country, it's a calf and all this and that, but you worry about in case if one of them gets injured and is like, that they're worried, that is basically balls your team up from the start of the season. But I know what you're saying. I don't think this competition it's not really nothing to me, but that's my own opinion. No. I think we should try other players. I mean, it
is like the Europa Conference of international football, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is, yeah. And I think he's trying to give these I think what he should have done was pick these young English players that was sort of like talented to, for the next step to build up to play for England. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, give them a chance. Yes. And let's see what they're all about in this competition.
I think so. I completely agree, because it's the World Cup we want to, like you say, if he doesn't know what Kane and Pickford are capable of by now, then, there is something wrong with him as a manager. But he should be trying, and Maddison is the obvious one, I would say. But there's a lot of players that are out there that he should have sort of called up and given a chance. But, there we go. It is what it is.
He would have been good, Maddison, like what you just said. He would have been ideal candidate for this sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. And it's difficult to get excited about international football in general. I mean, I know we're covering this. For me, it's because it's Germany, and it's that old rivalry. And if I'm not sure Adele or Idol or whatever it's called on GMTV is watching this, and I've not heard it because I've got the sound down. If England boo the German national anthem, it's not, you ignorant bugger, because we don't like the Germans, or we don't probably, and it's nothing to do with the war. I've never heard anything so stupid after we booed the national anthem, in the Euros, and he was on GMB the next morning saying, "Oh, it's bringing back memories of the war." No, it's not. You don't know anything about football. You're not a football commentator. It's bringing back 1966. Some of these woke people that they just have no idea what they're talking about.
They put one and one together and they get five, don't they?
Exactly.
Like that.
Chris, I agree with you. Scott, yes, I hope Trippier's on free kicks. Lookman, good evening. How the devil are you? Back Conte, I do presume you're there for a Chelsea fan. Welcome along, sir. And hi to you as well. Hope you are well. So, the German team, well, we can see it there. Again, Havertz. I'm not too bothered about Havertz. He's not got the best scoring record, has he?
No, he hasn't. No. I mean, to be honest with you, we know what he's like in the Premier League.
Yeah.
A player sees it all when you're playing in the Premier League. Obviously, it's the fastest league in the world to me. So, he's not a threat at all. But then again, when he plays for his national team, he slightly plays different, doesn't he? He seems to be more. He switches in a game habits when he plays for Germany. He's always going forward, and then sometimes he always comes back deep and lets the other players around him come into the box, and then he slowly comes into the box after. Do you know what I mean? For that bit of extra support within the 18-yard box. But it's like what I said. I mean, I said it on a stream the other night with the Germans. You can never underestimate these Germans. You can't. And I
remember watching when we beat them 5-1 and thinking,
I can remember that. Yeah.
How good was that? And we got through to the World Cup. They had to qualify, and I think they actually still went on and won the damn thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We are about to kick off, so let's just, if I can find it, he says, let's remind people what we are doing.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And it's live.
It is, and they are just taking the knee at the moment. The Germans are as well. And we are about to kick off. Now let's just see if I can get my... Here we go, up and running, hopefully. Yeah, we are in play. So we've gone, both teams have gone for 3-4-3.
Yeah, there's, I suppose in one way it does make sense. I mean, you know, it's trial and error in competitions like this, isn't it, really? You know, you really want to get into, pick out a good formation, obviously a good style of play, get your team evenly balanced across the pitch. You know, so, but yeah, I'm quite happy with this lineup. I would have liked to see other players come in and just give them a chance just to redeem themselves. Like, do you know what I mean? So,
yes, yeah. Although Lookman says it's 4-3-3. I mean, I've got to be totally honest with you, Lookman. I think as you play these games, it can be. I think the formation's just fluid these days, isn't it?
It is. I think I think Ragnick, when he first come to Manchester United, he was the one that picked out the 4-2-2-2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which throughout the game, it was classified how the players played and how it was on the pitch. It sort of simulated back into a 4-3-3 formation. But we're soon to. Have you kicked off already? Have you, Chris?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Because my players are just taking the knee.
We're about 1 minute 30 into the game.
Yeah, I knew I'd be about two minutes behind you.
Yeah. It's these timings never cease to amaze me, to be honest with you. I can't get used I love the blue for obvious reasons, and if I had any spare cash, it is an England shirt I would buy. But we should be, if we're not playing in white, we should be playing in red. I mean, I think red should be our main colour anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you can go back to the late the late 90s as well. England away kit when we played in red. I can remember the likes of who else played in that? The likes of Ian Wright, Matt Letizia, you know, Ferdinand, all these players, you know, which were great players at that time. But now he just seems to pick out these different colours of shirt. I mean, obviously, the blue is the way, but they design all these prototypes, don't they? The controller sweats and God knows what else.
Oh,
but
that was a bit of a mix-up there. It's a German corner between Walker and Pickford. Welcome along, Dan. Dan comes on and says, "Oh, you can go and watch it here, guys." Thanks very much, Dan. I hope you lose at your quiz. And Anthony said he's only watching to see JW play. He's got his Southampton underpants on, don't worry.
Yeah.
England should be 1-0 down already. Well, yeah. Oh, God, what's going on here? They're playing on. Have you kicked off yet, Dan? Anthony, I mean.
Yeah, we've kicked off. Yeah, we've already kicked off. I'm 1 minute 50 now into the game.
We are about that in front of you, I think. So we're at 3:24. Are you watching it on the player?
Yes, in the room I'm in, I'm watching it on the player. Yeah,
I am as well, but I'm on 3:34, which is even behind the graphic, which is on over 4 minutes. So a long ball up from England. Sterling couldn't get to it, headed out by Neuer. I don't care what competition it is. I just want bloody hell, Pickford. Sorry, languish, Timothy. Pickford nearly made it. It was a back pass, and he went to kick it out, and he didn't control it properly, and nearly let it run out for a corner.
Oh, bloody hell!
And I think we've got to throw in a corner now. I'm not
sure.
Sometimes
he gets high rates, don't he, Pickford? And sometimes he loses the concentration of the game.
He does, and to be honest, again, you know, he's not a bad goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong, but we know what he can do. I think we should be seeing Ramsdale.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, Ramsdale, don't get me wrong, he has been a good goalkeeper since he signed for us,
Yeah.
and that. But trouble is, though, I like that within a goalkeeper. I mean, Pickford reminds me of the old Peter Schmeichel. He's always having to go at his defence, telling them where to go,
Yes.
getting their position. I like that within a goalkeeper because to me, that's an all-rounder. That's a proper team player, which obviously you need in a team. So, but I mean, everybody's got their faults. But I mean, with Pickford, I think he just edges it for me just for that alone.
Yeah, and in fairness, when you look at his form in the league, obviously the defence that was in front of him wasn't, brilliant, and goalkeepers can't perform. Oh, England are breaking through here. Sterling cross. Oh, he didn't get the ball over. It went out for a corner. Out for a corner there for England. He's looking a bit dangerous, is Sterling.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, people criticised him, but he played well at the Euros.
Well, yeah, he did play well at the Euros. He got our first goal in the Euros, didn't he? In the first game. And I think, to be honest with you, there's obviously talks about him regarding with Man City, whether he's going to be at Man City next season or whether he's going to go anywhere, or I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. To be honest with you.
I think we all would take him, wouldn't we?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, everybody sort of. If you're not a Spurs fan, you're actually critical of Harry Kane and he's rubbish and that. But let's face it, we'd all have him at our club side.
Ooh. Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Talking of which, a shot then. I think that was Harry Kane. Unfortunately, straight at the goalkeeper, but it was definitely it was a good effort and a lot of power behind it. No, I mean, Ramsdale, we know, for Leicester fans, he kept you away. I think he won you the 2 games that you played against us.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's since his first game in that, I know obviously we lost to Brentford 2-0. But obviously it takes a little bit of a time to settle into a new team, even though he's got that experience in the Premier League. But you know what? He's come on leaps and bounds, Ramsdale. To me, he's actually the best signing I think that Arteta has actually done last season.
Yeah.
So,
Static, good evening. You're out. I suppose we're glad you messaged us now while you're still sober. Pretty much. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks for popping in, mate. Come on, England, he says. I agree. I mean, yes. I mean, I think Ramsdale took some stick. They said, well, he came from a relegated team, but then, we got Harry Maguire from a relegated team, and we sold him for 80 million.
Well, yeah, there is that. You've had the best. You had the best part of that deal. To be honest with you, I would have rather received 80 million than actually sign Harry Maguire.
It was only when I was talking, and again, this is still on the Leicester Till I Die channel. Oh, there's an England player down, but its play is going on. Is he up? I couldn't know. We've kicked it out, so I guess he's gone down. So just while the England player is getting some attention, I'm not sure who it is. Referee stood in front of him. He looks in a bit of pain. I think it's Phillips. Is Phillips the one with the flowing hair, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Phillips then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is number 8, Phillips. No, I didn't know until I was speaking to Rob Tanner from The Athletic. And again, this is again on the still in the channel under season reviews. And when Harry Maguire, we knew apparently the club knew he was going to go to Man United the season before he went. They'd come in for him, but he hadn't got long left on his contract. And so because Leicester had come in for him when he was at Hull and got relegated and nobody else did, he wanted to be loyal to Leicester, but he did obviously want to move to Man United, which I get, they're the bigger club, etc., etc. So he actually signed a new contract with us, knowing that he would be going in the following summer, but enabling us to put the price that we did, 80 million, on him. So,
yeah.
So fair play to him for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't exactly turn around and say he's done well. I think, to be honest with you, Harry Maguire, I don't think he wasn't that bad when he first signed for Man United, wasn't it? The first one, maybe two seasons, and then he just went down. I think it was the lack of concentration. I think he had something go on in his private life as well, or something like that as well, which may have affected his game. But I mean, he's still. I mean, Man United fans are still calling him out now. They don't really want Harry Maguire there. But
but I think you got to say, yes, they have called him out, and yes, he's made mistakes. But look at the Man United team that he's been in for 2 or 3 seasons. They've slowly been getting worse and worse.
Yeah,
and it's like I was having a Twitter conversation with somebody earlier, and she was saying about Vestergaard, and he's had a bad season, and he has, but he's coming to a side where the defence was changing every week. We didn't play him in his best position because of that. Sometimes you've got to, there's reasons behind players playing badly.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think with these, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing here, but some of these young players today, they sort of like, I don't know, they sort of like sulk a little bit more, I find. But I mean, years ago, it was just like, the manager, if he was on, it don't make a difference if he was on 100 grand a week or 300 grand a week. If the manager's put you there to do a job in a certain position, you've done it. As long as you give 100% at doing it, or you're trying your best at doing it, that's fine. But I mean, people see what what players are like on the pitch, and sometimes you think, why the bloody hell is he playing there, or what's he doing here? Why has he made that pass for? It's things like this and that we all pick up on. But I think, to be honest with you, I think no matter where you're playing in the on the pitch, even it might not be in your best position, but still give it 100%. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah. It's pretty easy. We're coming up to 12 minutes at the moment on mine. 11:49. Still 0-0.
Well, I'm on 10.5 minutes.
Wow, yeah, you are. You are a bit behind, aren't you?
Yeah.
I was going to say a little behind, but people might say that you're bigger than that. I don't know. But no, the German put it in the goal, but the referee had already blown for another England player down. There's just too many games,
German defender now. It's Rudiger. I mean, he's left Chelsea now, hasn't he? Is he gone 21 now?
Sorry, what? Sorry?
Who's he gone to now?
I'm not sure. Oh, Rudiger. It's Barcelona.
Barcelona, maybe. I don't know, but I feel like he's a very good defender. Obviously, as we know, how he played for Chelsea. He's played good games for Germany as well. I mean, he's a real good, strong. Centre back. England's going to find it hard to break this defence down today in this game. I know to me, it just seems like another friendly. But
yes, yeah. Well, I think Phillips is coming off. He's hobbling. Oh no, his play's carrying on. I thought it was going to. They were getting somebody warmed up, so he may yet be taken off, and he's gone down again. He can't continue, Phillips.
Nah.
This is the second time he's gone down in. Oh no, they're just it's a replay that I say he's gone down. It's just gone down. He's gone down again. It was a replay. Bellingham's coming on. I mean, we know that this tournament's been brought in to replace friendlies, don't we? And I just think there's just too many. Full stop. It's been a long, hard season for the players, and somebody said, "Well, they've had a couple of weeks off." Well, I don't know. I think it's different for sportsmen. I think these games shouldn't be taking place. For me, anyway. For me.
No, it is. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like what you said. This is the third major competition now. Obviously, World Cup, Euros, and this one. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, you give it like another I don't know, let's see, 10 years down the line, are they going to bring out another one? Do you know what I mean? So is to be honest with you, the season's finished. The football season is finished. And like with all these players now, especially the young players, I mean, like players like us, like, because we got a young team, like with the Smith Rowes and the Sackers, obviously they're going to be featuring for England as well. But it makes you think, should they have a rest, these players now, you know, and just they've just gone through a whole football season. And as we know, this season is starting early because of the World Cup. Starting in November. So it does make you think. I think Southgate should have. It's like what I said before, Chris. He should have picked up on different players, you know, different English players, that just to give them the chance, and maybe some that haven't even had a cap. That's even played good last season. Just give them a chance. Give them a role. See what they're all about.
Totally agree. You know. I mean, even if this competition wasn't in play, you know, would we even have needed a friendly now? Like, so I know we've got the World Cup coming up, but these are professional sportsmen, and if you pick the players for their club roles, they should be able to fit in. Oh no, my God! Oh, sorry, I'll back off then. I'm not sure who it was. Somebody just passed the ball back. Really played Pickford in trouble. And Pickford was lucky to get it out. What a defensive cock up that was. That was a bad one. It might have been Maguire, but it was short. It was well short, and it nearly dropped Pickford in it. But yeah, they say they should be able to take these players and say, right, you play that position for your club, I'll put you in that position for me. So you pick the players that will fit your formation, and then they should be able to play and shouldn't necessarily need any, any friendlies. Yeah,
I mean, it's like, you cast your mind back when we was in the, I think it was the World Cup, and Fabio Capello was the England manager. And that game when we lost, we played against the Germans, didn't we? We lost, I think it was 4-2, because it was a debate whether Frank Lampard's goal passed the line or not, which obviously
there was no debate. That was a Germany getting their own back for 66.
Exactly, yeah. But in that game, people couldn't understand why he placed Steven Gerrard out on the left. Steven Gerrard was out on the left wing in that game.
Yeah.
And people was like, even I queried it, and and I queried it with this guy, and he's a former professional footballer. I was in the pub drinking with him, and he said, "Well, look, if Fabio Capello picks him there, he's got to do a job there. It's that simple, you know."
But when it's not your normal job, it's you're not used to playing there. You're thinking in a different mindset. It's like you're a builder, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what your speciality is, but if you're used to building houses and then they suddenly ask you to build a high-rise block of flats, you might be able to do it, but it might take a bit of thinking and a bit of,
structure work.
Not quite your normal job, is it?
It would do.
Yeah, but. And it's the same. Roy Hodgson used to play Vardy out on the left sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was in the was that in the Euro? I think he done it, and then
he was in a few. It was in a couple of competitions, and he felt he had to pick Vardy because he was scoring for fun. But then to shove him out on the left, and I think that's why Vardy didn't go to Arsenal. To be honest with you. I don't think he felt that Wenger would play him in his right position, because Wenger didn't play that style of football that played to his strengths. Words and pictures. Good evening, sir. Dan. Dan. Yes, Dan. How are you, sir? Are you a Alan Partridge fan? So. Coming up to 20 minutes, it's still 0-0. England aren't looking threatening at all, and I've got to be honest with you, Germany haven't looked over threatening. I think Pickford's been in more trouble because of back passes from England players than actual attacks from German players.
Yeah, I think you're going to find certain periods of this game they're just going to both be cancelling each other out. Basically, it's going to be a passing sort of an attacking type of game, and is going to come out with nothing at the end.
Yes. At the moment, it's 59% possession to Germany, and they've had 3 shots to our 1. So pretty much in Germany's hands here. Is this the same ground where we won 5-1?
Was it the what? Sorry.
Is it the same ground where we actually beat them 5-1?
I think it is. Yeah.
Well, it looks in a bit. Sorry, they've just shown Phillips get some attention in the dugout. He looks a little bit in pain. Well, not a little bit, a lot in pain, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Words and pictures says he normally lurks. You don't want to be lurking. That gets you arrested these days.
The trouble is, though, is like Harry Kane now. Have you noticed? He always plays now. He always plays deep.
Yeah.
Always comes back deep now. It's like he was doing that in the Euros, and that was why he wasn't scoring in the first few games of the Euros, because he always kept coming back. And there'd be people like us shouting at the TV, shouting at the screen, saying, "Get in the bloody box! What's the matter with you?" Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes, but then sometimes the strikers feel that they have to come back to get the ball because they're not being, given the ball. That happens a lot with Vardy.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest with you, look at it. I think with Vardy, his age now at 35, I still think he's got the pace on him. I think he's got excellent pace for his age.
Oh God, I didn't have his pace now when I was like 20. It is, but obviously it's no.
Oh, I've just seen that.
Yeah, no. Oh, here we go. We're bottom of the group as it is at the moment because Germany and Italy drew.
And we lost to who?
Oh, this little bit now. Southgate out. Oh, what a break from Germany. He's through. Yes. He was never going to miss. They're claiming offside. Oh, it might have been given. Yes, it's been given offside.
It's been given offside, is it?
Given offside. It's 0-0. I do like a linesman when we play Germany. I think let's just watch it. Yes, he was offside. That linesman. Oh no! Misses. You have a look at it when it comes up on your screen. But it looked like he was offside. He was in our half, and he came back on possibly. Then went. It looked like he broke when he was actually from an onside position. But the referee, what's he doing now? I thought the referee was going to walk and look at the monitor. It hasn't been given. I think England got away with one there. So, yeah, well done, that referee.
Yeah, by the signs of it, well done. I'm still waiting for this goal to come up. I've just literally gone into the 22nd minute now.
And I don't know what I'm on. They're just showing the replay. Goal disallowed by Hoffman. Just see if you think he's offside.
Yeah, he's just scored the goal. Well, they're going to be showing the replay now. I can have a look better at the replay. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in an offside position, but I don't know. It looked a bit like he went back onside before he got the ball.
I think when the England defender when he fell back as well, it sort of like threw you off to say that he was actually onside, sort of just off. But I think it was just as soon as that ball was played through, I think he was lurking in an offside position.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't words, was it? If he was lurking. He says, "How's Maguire playing? My friends and I have a debate about him playing badly for Man United, but good for England." I mean, he's not had a bad game. He's not made any mistakes, has he, Anthony?
No, he hasn't. No.
I mean, I'm just having a look on here. We do seem to have frozen with the old screen grab here. Let's have a look and just see what is happening. It seems to have stuck. Let's refresh it. There we go. We're back into play. And just to have a look down here, what have they given Maguire so far? Given him a 6.3, so he's sort of on average. He's there, isn't he? He's not, he's not having an overly bad game word. So
no, but just feels like he's been a little. To me, from what I've seen of the game, I haven't really seen much of him, to be honest with you.
No,
I've
seen a couple of headers in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't say he's having but we had this conversation words totally before, if he does, it's a corner for England. Let's just see, Trippier's taking it. Yeah, it's into the box. Oh, Maguire. Maguire went up for that one then, words. And it came out and then we shot it well over. And then that's gone in the Rhine, if I'm honest with you, from Harry Kane. Yes, they're not terrible at the moment, in fairness, at all. Yeah, not terrible at all. But yeah, we had the conversation words. Oh, goalkeeper. Oh, no, when Maguire went with the goalkeeper had his hands on it. He dropped it, fell to Kane, and saying Kane put it into space. Keep a look out, it might be coming down in your back garden.
Yeah, I mean, I've just gone into the 25 minutes and 10 seconds, but within that, there was two German players around Saka. So it makes you think in this game, I think they'd be trying to cancel out the big players, just trying to mark the big players as like the attacking players going forward, which obviously Saka is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Kane, I'm not too sure because it's like what I said, he's always coming back. When personally, with me, I'd rather see Harry Kane in the box or lurking around the 18-yard box instead of coming right the way back.
No, totally agree. I mean, he had the ball there, but he was messing about with it and he lost it. But it's an easy shot for Pickford to grab there. Yeah, I mean, Roy Hodgson had him on corners, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to try and claim handball. It was shot at Maguire. He had his arm across his chest, a bit like that, but further down. And I don't think you can claim that as a handball. No, he wasn't. It was given the other way.
Yeah, I think
that was a very interesting conversation. Like I said earlier, let's just have a look where it was. So we did this earlier, and we spoke to. You can't see who it is there, but Mark Halsey, ex-professional referee earlier, and we had a really good conversation about VAR, and he was very much of opinion like me, was that it shouldn't be the same referees that are reffing shouldn't be on VAR.
Yeah, I can understand. To be honest with you, Chris, nobody might not like this or whatever, but my opinion of VAR, I don't like it. I don't like VAR. I think it's destroy. I think to be honest with you, it's sort of like, because to be honest with you, the final decision should come from the referee anyway. I mean, if it's a blatant penalty and the referee stood there and you can see it, why do you have to go to VAR? Just blow your whistle and call it.
It is this clear and obvious error that causes a lot of the problems. But Mark was saying, you should have a group of referees because somebody can be doing the 12 o'clock kickoff VAR and then they can later be doing the 5 o'clock kickoff. Sometimes it's all they do is sit there and watch football, but it should be separate to the referees that are on the pitch. They should not be sort of alternating. It should be either you're on the pitch for every game or you're doing VAR for every game. But do check it out. He makes some really good comments about VAR from a ref's point of view. It was that
was why they were taking the mick out of 2 seasons. Well, when Liverpool won the league, because they weren't calling them Liverpool, was they? They were calling them Liverpool,
exactly.
As in VAR in the middle. So.
Yes, I think that was a little bit.
But I think that was a little bit over the top, to be honest with you.
Well, if it was your team, you wouldn't bother. At the end of the day, you can only play according to the rules, can't you?
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, and VAR was the one that looked. I mean, because to be honest with you, that it's not just because of Liverpool as well, but I think that season, obviously that season when Liverpool won the league, I think that was one of the seasons that VAR was mostly used. You know what I mean? It was mostly used that season,
yes.
And I think, to be honest with you, I think some of the fans from another team, I don't know whether we should say their names or not, but I think they got a little bit jealous of that. I think they were the ones that actually made it up, to be honest with you. But
probably, but that's football for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's. Got a couple. I mean, Trippier was just down. I don't think to me, it didn't look like he got caught. But again, the trainer's been on. The German player, I think, went over on his foot. But it's still, half an hour gone, and it is still 0-0. The English fans are singing. Don't sing anything.
Yeah, what is the matter with that? Look at that. Have you seen that one with Trippier with the head falls back into the...
Yes, yeah. It's...
Get up.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just saying that the referee had gone with his linesman and given the goal offside, and VAR, when they looked at it, agreed. There's a lot. Oh no, there's another England player down now. What is going on? I can't see that anybody. It's Sterling's down now.
Is it?
Yeah, I was looking at the report rather than the match. Let's see if they show a replay. Rudiger's there on his hand. Southgate's having a word with Bellingham, and a couple of let's have a look. What happened here? Oh yeah, okay, that was the first tackle. It looked pretty innocuous. I think it might just be a dead leg. His knee kind of caught the top of his thigh.
Yeah, I have contact, but yeah, I've just done the one with Trippier.
Oh right,
he's come back on now.
Yeah,
Hoffman, but
and I found some very interesting information again with Mark Halsey about retrospective cards for diving and fouls and what have you. But you'll have to watch the video when it comes out.
Most probably he's right, but you when you hear yourself say that, you think to yourself, how's that going to work? It's just either a straight yellow or a straight red.
Yeah.
But
I've got to be honest with you. I mean, like I say, he gave up an hour of his time this morning, and it was quite funny because he'd got Man United pictures behind him, but it was in his daughter's room. Oh yeah, you still got a picture of Sir Alex on your bedside table, but I have seen it from the other side now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that doesn't do anybody any harm, to see it from that, from the referee's point of view.
Yeah.
If you're watching and you haven't done so far, if you would please subscribe to the the YouTube channel, Leicester Till I Die TV, that would be absolutely fantastic. And click that notification bell, and you'll be the first to know when the Mark Halsey video hits the screens. We're going to be doing a premiere with it, which basically means that although it's recorded, it will be live, and I'll be in the chat to chat to people when it's being shown. So if it goes well, I've never done one of those before, so that could be interesting. Oh, it looks like it's going to be another one of those uninteresting games.
Yeah, it is going to be one of these interesting games. I just couldn't believe the other night when we lost to Hungary. That was just absolutely dire. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't watch the game. You know, the result come up on my phone, and I thought, have I just read that right? We've just lost to Hungary.
And it was never a penalty. There's that, you know. I can understand them being given, but I don't think in that one. I don't think it was. But we didn't. I actually went on to, you know, Jake, West Ham an official.
Yeah.
I went on to his channel just to comment in, and his dad invited me on, and I did the second half with him and another West Ham fan. And it was dire. It really was. 45 minutes I will not get back of my life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting like that now. And, you know, when you watch a game of football like that, you think, blimey, what crap 45 minutes that was. I ain't ever going to get back, like, you know. But
yeah. Word says there, I like the Scottish guy that thought Senegal might win Group A, but gives us a difficult game against Netherlands if we win our group. Yeah, that was exciting, wasn't it? That was. I had Doug on earlier, and every Monday night. No, I didn't. I had him on yesterday, and every Monday night at 9, we're going to be looking at a different FA group, World Cup group, and we looked at Group 1, and I'd actually almost ready to put Netherlands in his first place, and he went, "No, I think Senegal will win the group." But depending whether England win or come second. If we do either in our group, we will be playing either Senegal possibly or Holland in the next round. There's a corner in for Germany, but clicked well clear and ends up in their half. I'm sure this is going to go back to Neuer. Yeah.
So who do you think go through in our? Because obviously there's England, Iran, America, USA, and Wales, isn't there, in our group?
There is. I just Germany just counter-attacking here, crossed into the box, and it was tried a scissor kick, didn't work out, and Pickford's come out and punched it out for a throw-in to Germany. Although what else has been given? Something else has been given. I think offside. I mean, if you're looking at the form, I mean, it would be nice, I think, for us to go through as winners, and Wales to go through in second.
Yeah,
you know, I'd like to see Wales go through.
Yeah, because I think some of these teams, obviously, when you get AFCON, you know, the African Cup of Nations and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got obviously some of the teams that's obviously in this World Cup now, and I think I'm not going to say whether it's going to be Cameroon or whatever, but I feel that a couple of these teams are really going to do well, and I think they're going to go through. I think you're going to be looking around about at least quarterfinals, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you know, you could say, well, the Heat sort of help them. You know, I think it will do the African players, but obviously a lot of their players are playing in, you know, England and what have you, so it will still be hot for them. But I don't think it'll be that long before we see an African team win the World Cup, to be honest with you. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can. You can. I mean, the top ones. I mean, the African teams. It's the top ones at the minute. What are the top ones? Would you say?
Senegal.
There's Senegal. There's. Would you put Cameroon in that or no? Or
I'm not sure. There used to be. I mean, Egypt obviously falls into that bracket. Germany coming through here. Too many defenders couldn't get it through. I'm trying to think who won the. Who was it? Senegal that won the AFCON?
Yeah, Egypt lost in the final, didn't they?
Yeah,
I should know. I should know. It was. I think it was.
You've got. I'm just looking at who's in the World Cup. Ghana. They will probably be good. Cameroon are in the World Cup, but for me, I think Senegal and Ghana are the two that I would watch out for.
Senegal and Ghana, yeah.
Morocco's in there. They've never really. They've always kind of knocked on the door. And Tunisia, then Morocco and Tunisia again. They've always. Well, we've had Tunisia playing us, haven't we? You know.
Yeah. I think we beat them in the. It was 2-0. I think that was first game of the World Cup. I can't remember what was that like. Was that like 98 or something like that?
I'm not sure. I think we made hard work of it. Surprise, you know. But
I think it might have been. Yeah, I think it was 98 because we had the Euros in 96 and 98. That was when I think we lost to Romania, didn't we? Michael Owen scored for England.
And was that one? Oh, no, was it not Romania? Was that not the Euros?
No, when you got that was the World Cup, wasn't it?
Was it? Oh,
yeah. I think there was England
playing left back and gave a penalty away, wasn't it?
That was it. Yeah.
But no, I think soon we will see an African winner. Germany coming forward again. Oh, got the ball across, number 7. What can he do with it? Nothing. That's Havertz, I think, isn't it? Number 7. He's still got it. No, it's gone out. It's gone out. I mean, he had it there. He should have played it off. The fans are getting a bit frustrated with him. The German fans. He flatters to deceive. I mean, he did very well. He went round Walker. Walker makes a grab at him. Words has double checked. It was Senegal who won it. But I
was going to say it was Senegal. My mind went blank, and I was thinking, "Well, hang on." I actually watched it. I think I was on the stream watching it.
Sometimes there's just so much football, though, isn't there? You know.
Yeah.
That was England. England had got the ball. England a through ball. Kane, is he going to get to it? No, he wasn't quick enough. He just was not quick. He hasn't got a lot of speed, Kane, has he?
No, I don't think he has. No, I got to be honest with you, Chris. I do like Harry Kane, but to me, he's not a world-class striker.
I like him when he plays for England, but I don't like him when he plays against Leicester because he always gets a couple.
True. But I think he's. I don't mind him for England. I mean, I get wound up more when he plays for Tottenham if he scores past us. And sometimes I do get frustrated with him in England as well, depending if it's a Euro or a World Cup. I'm one of those. I have been known to lose my cool.
Really?
Yeah, I have been known to lose my cool, but I think it's just a passion for the game. I've been watching it for years, and that
is. Yeah. Word says their managers treating the Nations League like friendlies, not putting their best 11 out. I've got to be honest with you, looking at England there, that's a pretty strong 11 from England. I'd pretty much say it's as close to our best as we're going to get.
Yeah. In this one, I mean, you look at it. I'm not being funny. I mean, I know he's right back, and I think he's almost 32, Walker. But bloody hell, what pace has he got for his age and for a right back? I bet you he's the fastest player in this England team now. I bet you that.
Yeah. I think we're just going to be coming up to half time soon.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I'm coming up to the 43rd minute now.
Yeah, we're on like 44-15. Germany shot on goal.
Yeah, I'm literally bang on two. I think it's 2 minutes behind you, or 1 minute 50, or something like that.
So free kick up into the box. Oh, another shot. Oh, straight at Pickford. Good work there by Pickford. I think there's going to be a bit of stoppage time added on because there's been quite a few injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reece James coming off as well because he was hobbling around a bit, wasn't he?
Who, sorry?
Was it James? Was it?
Phillips came off earlier.
Oh, Phillips. Sorry, Phillips. Yeah.
8 minutes of stoppage time.
Yeah.
Wow. England are coming. Sterling's got the ball on the right. Cross it. Oh! No, I don't think it was Sterling. It was Saka. Saka. The ball was passed out to him on the right-hand side of the box. I think it was about 4-3 or 4-4 attackers versus defenders. Saka should have crossed it. He should have crossed that.
The trouble is, that is what that it proves. I mean, I'm not being funny. You look at that front line, attacking front line of Harry Kane, Sterling, and Saka. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, for England, the flair on it. I mean, and that obviously, I know Man United fans are being a bit. See that he hadn't done it this season, which is Rashford, isn't it? But I mean, and then Sancho, obviously, he hasn't hardly featured in the Man United. Well, he has played a few games, but not a lot of games since he's arrived there. And this is what happens with players. Sometimes it affects their at club level. It affects them at international level as well.
Yeah.
So
I think it's always free kick for England. I think it's always difficult as well to look. There's a very thin line between being greedy or having a shot on goal. In as much as if that had gone in, I'd have said what a beautiful goal. But because it was saved, it was why didn't you pass it? You should have passed it.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, to be honest with you,
injury.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, when you're looking around I know. I mean, a lot of people normally have their eyes on the ball, but you can't have your eyes on the ball, even though you're running with it. You've got to look around and see where your teammates are coming from. I mean, to be honest with you, this is what I call it. It's like a Paul Gascoigne or a Dennis Bergkamp. A one with football knowledge, a good brain. To make that pass at the right time.
Indeed. Oh, he's offside. Oh no, he came back to the England player. I have to be honest with you. Is there a company in the building trade called Honest With You?
No.
I just wonder if you're being sponsored by them. I love it. One time? Oh my! Look, they've lit the Alliance Stadium up in rainbow colours outside. That looked very impressive. But yes, I'm going to count how many times you say it one day.
How much injury time have they added on?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 minutes. Yeah. In fair, I can't believe 8 minutes. But in fairness, there was a lot of players down. Oh, again, that was Sterling just trying to do that one. Oh, a long. It was a shot from England, from Saka again. He's not afraid to have a shot, is he, Saka?
He's not Saka, no. I just think he's a quality.
Only just wide. That was I think the goalkeeper probably had it covered, but my God, that was closer than it looked. It really is.
I think he's a quality player for his age.
He is.
I mean, we're going back onto the, Arsenal game, but I got to be honest with you. I mean, Eddie Nketiah has just signed a $100,000 a week contract with us. which I don't know why. But I mean, Saka and Smith Rowe's not on that, and they were our top goal scorers last season. So they got to be knocking on Arteta's door saying, well, hang on, if you've given him 100 million,
course,
I want 180.
Yeah. Well, it will have a knock-on effect, won't it? But trust Arteta, trust the process.
No, I can't. He just infuriates. He does the complete obvious, which what's going to happen. I don't think he's got the I think the brains, the knowledge behind it. I just don't think is there. I just seen that stadium looking like that rainbow. It does look right, doesn't it?
It looks very impressive. Well done,
it
Joe,
does.
for doing that. Well done.
And then that shot you said from Saka, it's just happened, just gone wide of the post.
Yes, it was close. It was close.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't feel like there's going to be a lot in this game, to be honest with you, Chris. I think if there is going to be a winner, I think by the looks of it, I think it's just going to be a 1-0 smashing grab, and that's it.
Well, at least in this game, in fairness, we can't lose it on penalties.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Let's sort of, every cloud, as they say, every cloud. Germany on the break there, but they couldn't keep it in, and it just pops back to the. Phillips is not looking. He's sat on the floor, his legs up, he's smiling, but I think he must be in some sort of pain there. Well, if the World Cup had been going ahead as a normal World Cup, it would have been kicking off on Friday.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, trouble is though, it's like we're used to that, aren't we? The World Cup kicks off. The weather's nice here. We've always got the weather here when the World Cup kicks off, and now we've got obviously this is the first time we'd be having a World Cup in the winter.
Yeah.
Basically over the Christmas.
So, well, the Premier League kicks off again on Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, yeah. So I think, but when does that? What's that? Does the World Cup finish? Is it the?
I think the World Cup finishes around the 18th or something.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blimey. Do you know what? Anybody that has a down and miserable Christmas, I bet they think, "Oh, I wish the bloody World Cup was on."
Oh yeah. Still. There we are. It is half time, sir.
It's half time.
So I've got to go and drop the kids off at the pool, as they say, and get a brew. Welcome to do the same, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Day Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And it's live.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Watch us on YouTube.
Listen on your favorite podcast platform.
Or ask your smart speaker
to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die.
Right, Chris.
Okay, so we are back at the halftime break. Michael Owen on Channel 4. Do you get any worse on Channel 4?
No, what a weird channel to put it on. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, in fair, I suppose they've got they bought the rights, I guess. At least, I guess those of us that haven't got Sky or a stick or anything like that can at least see the England games. ITV obviously have lost it. Their coverage, I don't think was ever brilliant. ITV. We never seem to win on ITV, so maybe now Channel 4 have got it. We'll win.
We'll win. Hopefully, they're showing the World Cup on it then.
Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I mean, sum up that first half if you can. I don't know if there's anything exciting you can say about it at all.
I mean, no. I mean, it's nothing exciting. I mean, obviously, as we know, Germany has put the ball in the back of our net, which was obviously offside. We've had a couple of good few chances in the first half, obviously with Saka with that shot. Was it Maguire that had that shot from 6 yards out? It was rifled over the crossbar.
Well, Kane did one as well.
Sorry, yeah. So you know they were a good couple of chances there, but yeah, it's nothing really exciting's been in this first half, is it? Really?
I think the most exciting thing I can say is that guy's jacket. I mentioned, I don't know if you see that. I mean, your missus got you one with Southampton on. She wants to go out and get you one of those. I mean, wow, that is a jacket and a half, isn't it?
Oh, don't say that, Chris. I got to be honest with you. She's upstairs now, lying in bed, and she's on the tablet. And she said, "Are you on Leicester Till I Die?" I went, "Yeah." And she went, "Oh, all right then." She said, "I might watch that." So I'm on my best behaviour, you know, tonight. So
hello, Mrs. Herbert. If you're watching. How are you? How are you?
Well, she came down at half time and gave me some painkillers because I had an accident in work yesterday. I fell off a scaffold, but it was the lower tier. It was the lower tier, not the top tier, because I don't think I would have been here now doing this stream if it was the top tier. But yeah, it was the lower tier, and I just sort of like bruised all my back and my side and that. It was the pole. The pole. I went up against the pole on and I don't think what it was. I don't think any of the scaffolders. I don't think they bought the bolts in properly. And as I leant up against it, the pole went, and I went with the pole. So
that's it. Health and safety. If you are living in London and you don't want to have any trouble, do not go to A. Herbert Builders.
No, don't.
But yeah, I mean, let's have a look at the stats here. 59% to Germany, 7 shots to our 6, 3 on target to 2. It's been that sort of game, isn't it? You know, if there'd have been 1-0 up, we could have said we wouldn't. You know, we'd have said, "Oh, fair enough." If we were 1-0 up, it would have been fair enough. But just looking at the interesting stats for me is at the top and next to the flags that Germany are 12th in the rankings and England are 5th. And I know somebody said the other day that, you know, FIFA rankings are a bit of a joke, but you wouldn't, looking at that, say that Germany were that far behind us, if they should be at all, really.
Yeah, I think it goes on to it goes back, doesn't it, to the Euros, but we beat them in the Euros. You know, the position, I think it was the round of, I think it was round of, was it 16 or something like that? We knocked them out. And then I think the last World Cup, I think they struggled, didn't they? I didn't think they got out of their group stage.
No,
Germany. Right, so I think it goes back to that as well. So I can understand why they're 12, but the way how they're playing and all that now, you think to yourself, why are they positioned at 12?
Yes.
But,
yes. I mean, words and pictures there sending you some calming, healing vibes.
No, thank you.
I think you may be looking for a bit more than that, words. But just to go through the summary there, that as you can see, though they needed to survive a couple of counter-attacks by the visitors towards the end of the first half, Germany had been the dominant side for much of a lively Nations League encounter. I wouldn't necessarily say it's been lively, but I think they have been just slightly the better side. Weidman, Hoffman and Raum have complemented some mercurial movement by Bayern duo Muller and Musiala, but the National F are yet to find the net as they seek to improve their mediocre record in this competition. Meanwhile, England have ridden their luck at times, but some sharp last-ditch defending keeps them on level terms at the break. It has been last-ditch defending. I'd probably say Pickford has been dropped in it quite a few times by his defenders.
He has been, yeah, but sometimes, when is that, though, Chris? I find sometimes it's like it's the lack of communication between the goalkeeper and his back three, innit? We're playing.
Yes.
So between him and the back three, there are a lack of communication there. But to be honest with you, they've got experience. I mean, they've played all together. I mean, in the Euros and partly within the last World Cup as well. So I think the goalkeeper and the defenders from that, to be honest with you, you should know how to read each other's game, and that sort of thing. So why we're making sometimes stupid mistakes and back passes that don't get back to the keeper far enough and things like this and that is beyond me. So, but I mean, sometimes this is England, and that's what happens, unfortunately.
It is. But if we're going to play rubbish, let's play rubbish now before we get to the World Cup, eh?
Well, yeah, that's what I always say. It's like the friendlies now. If we're gonna, if we're gonna lose games now, then let's lose them now. And obviously that's with new players coming into the squad as well, being called up to the team as well. So, we got. I think this is what Southgate is looking at. I don't think it's a major competition for England. I don't think we're looking at that sort of thing. So, but it's like what I said, we've got to come up with some style of play and that sort of thing. And then if we play really well and that, obviously we're going to take it into the World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, Words says here to you, are you drinking any medicinal beer? Words, he doesn't need to drink it. He has it intravenously dripped. But they're just showing that stadium again lit up. Do you think the players are just starting to come out now? Do you think we're going to see any changes from England? I mean, he's obviously made the one change.
I thought if we are, I thought it's going to be in the midfield. I think it'd more likely be. I think it'd be somewhere in the. Obviously, he's come off Phillips, but he's somewhere in there, either a defender or some sort of like a DM or somewhere like that, or maybe he might bring a sub on this second half and change the formation. Sort of thing. But I mean, the way how we're playing at the minute is compared to the shots on goal, I think it's just a possession wise, really. Yeah. But I mean, you look at the chances what we've had and chances what Germany have had. I mean, the chances hasn't been that bad, has it?
No.
So.
No. And we are underway now. I'd like to see. I know you'd obviously want James Ward-Prowse to come on, but I'd like to see Tammy Abraham come on. Because Kane's not really done anything for me, and like I say, we know he'll be starting in Qatar, and he'll probably end up, if not the top scorer, one of them. So I'd like to see him come on. I can see Grealish maybe coming on, and as much as I'm disappointed in Maddison not making it, Grealish does make a difference when he comes on. He runs at the team, at the opposition.
Well, he does. Yeah, we've seen that in the Premier League as well, Chris. I mean, sometimes I mean, it's like with Pep. I mean, sometimes he don't start Grealish. Grealish might come on and play in the last 20, 30 minutes of the game. I mean, whether it's all occasions like, his fresh legs coming on, so Man City still got that attacking ability, up front. And it's like what you said, Grealish can come on and he can change a game. But, I mean, it's good. It's not just good for Man City. It's good for our country as well. It's good for England. So knowing that when, you take a player off, a good player like Grealish, as is going to come on second half and change, and most probably change a game.
Yeah.
And maybe set up a goal. But, this is. I think we've got, regarding attacking wise with England in that team, we've got so many options in attack is unreal, more so than what we've got in defence.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I mean, you got Jared Bowen. He didn't have a bad game, compared to not everybody having a brilliant one against Hungary. But I'd like to see him or Abraham coming on. I think I'd like to see Tammy Abraham be given sort of not just an odd 15-minute cameo. Get them on for 45 minutes. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, look at that. But when he left and went to Roma, I mean, I believe he scored. Is it 20 or just over 20? He scored about 22 goals for Roma. It could even
scorer.
Yeah, it could even be more than that. But I mean, to be honest with you, I don't blame him going over there and thinking of his career, putting his career first in scoring goals and that over there. I mean, we've had a few players that English players that went over to Italy, didn't we, years ago? I mean, look at Paul Gascoigne, David Platt, and Paul Ince went over there as well. So there's a few good English players. It does play over in Serie A.
He's regular game time, which he wouldn't be doing at Chelsea.
Exactly. And I've seen him play, Tammy Abraham, and he's really quick, and he's good attacking wise. The runs he does into the box, he does good runs, and he can also link up with the cam as well. And there's that passing, between him and the cam. Do you know what I'm saying? It goes forward, and he goes on and scores for goals. In all fairness, Chris, that's what he did when he was on loan at Bristol City, and I've watched him a few times down Ashton Gate, and he scored 35 goals for Bristol City in the Championship that season.
Wow!
And absolutely, he was a phenomenal player in the Championship then.
Yeah. I keep forgetting you're a Bristol City fan as well.
But there's only one team in Bristol, you see. Bristol's red, not blue. I just want to throw that out there, okay?
I thought it was blue and white, I thought.
Like London's red.
Yes. Words, it says happy if Terry Abrahams gets on. Yeah, I mean, you got to say London is red. Leyton Orient, great team. Renee, good evening, Sal. I'm very well. How the devil are you? Thanks for popping along. Been watching the game, Rennie. What do you think? And Words, why don't you let us know what you think as well? Give us your comments on the game.
Yeah.
I think if it carries on much longer, I think I'm going to have to start playing this. You must get fed up with hearing that down Arsenal, though, mustn't you?
But yeah, it brings a bit of life into the stream, though, doesn't it? There's nothing in this game at the minute.
Renee, I know what you're saying about Vardy. My only worry is that he did what. Well, there was one that was cancelled earlier. I don't know if this one is going to be or not. Or is no. It looks like it's a goal. 50 minutes. Hoffman scores. His career's picking up again after Baywatch, isn't it?
Well, they haven't scored yet. I've just gone into the 49th minute.
Right. Anytime now then for you. Okay. I haven't seen the goal because I was just uploading the thing, but you've got to say that they've probably. Here we go. So no, he stayed on side. Oh yeah, good goal, Germany. I mean, what was the defenders doing? Oh, and unlucky to Pickford, he got a hand to it, but it went in off his hand. I mean, there was 4 or 5 English defenders there, and one pass straight through them got to Hoffman, who was running onto it. That was a good goal, unfortunately, for Germany.
Right, 49-50 now. So they must score in the next 10 seconds then. In the 50th minute, you said, was it?
It's come up as 51, but I think it was more 50, I think.
Yeah, they just scored it off. Yeah, he just put the ball in the back of the net.
I mean, that ball should have been cut out by the defenders.
Yeah, pass to him straight inside the 18-yard box, turn round, bang, 1-0.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could say how there was 4 defenders there for England. I'm going to be honest with you, on that first half performance, I can't see us scoring to get back into the game.
No.
I think now you need to get Grealish on. You need to get either Abraham or Bowen on, because Kane's not doing anything. And he needs to make those changes now.
To be honest with you, Chris, I've just watched the replay, and this is what frustrates me. And I got to be honest with you. Obviously, as we know, that's a defender's position there, right?
Yeah.
But then when Hoffman scores, Harry Maguire is actually stood behind him.
Mm.
Now, that's an area you should be picking up.
Yeah. Yes. Like I say, I think that was definitely bad defending.
Yeah, it definitely was
from England.
I mean, good goal by Germany, but it was just a defensive mistake. This is where I see with the lack of communication. And to be honest with you, it's like I'm not really a fan of 3 at the back now. I always say you've got to play with a flat back 4.
4-4-2. That's what we should
be.
What?
I still like that formation, mine. I do.
Yeah, I do. Word says there, World Cup winners historically have had warm-up game and start badly. World Cup winners historically have a bad warm-up game and start badly and improve as the tournament progresses. Germany do that all the time when they win it. They start off badly and they go on, and more often than not win it. Germany are winning while England are worst team in the planet. I don't know. San Marino, Liechtenstein.
Yeah.
Arsenal. I mean, it's a bad team.
Hang on a second.
And Rennie.
What's that team that was in the Euros?
North Macedonia.
North Macedonia. I mean, to be honest with you, nobody really ever heard of them, did they?
No. And then Brad's favourite team that was.
Yeah. That was it.
Hang on. There's an England move here, and guess what?
We didn't score.
Too far, Mount, and he's a corner, but they don't release it soon enough. I mean, we did well to get it. We won it back well.
Yeah.
That was an earlier shot. I mean, an earlier shot I was just looking at, and Sterling is shouting, like, why didn't you pass? Why didn't you pass? I think they're all just going for glory here.
Yeah.
They're all going for glory. But Rennie, no, I would argue with you there, because if he's too old to play for England and Leicester as well now, and I think that's why he stood down. A, because he was never being played to his best position, and B, he knew he was never going to be picked up over Harry Kane to start.
Do you know
Germany on the break down the left. Oh, good defending, Harry. Good defend. Oh no, it wasn't Harry, but good defending.
I can actually see. I mean, as a Leicester, I don't know, from a Leicester's fan point of view, with Jamie Vardy, do you think this may be his last season in the Premier League for?
It'll probably be his last season where we see him as a regular starter.
Yeah.
He will then either go straight over to America where he's got his club, and maybe even play over there for a bit.
I reckon he will.
Yeah, but his time's coming towards an end. If he wants to stay on a little bit, and be like the super sub kind of person, he could do that. Excuse me, and do that. Then that could work. It'll be interesting. He might want to go to Sheffield Wednesday and have a season at his boyhood club. Who knows?
Yeah. I think he'd definitely go to America. I'm surprised. I think he might go back to Leicester, but I think he'd go as some sort of like a striker's coach type of role first.
I think if he's going to do that, I think he'll be doing that in America. To be honest with you, he's got that club that is obviously bought into. Christian Fuchs, he's playing for Charlotte in America, and it's extended his career because obviously of the type of league it is. Time will tell. But time is catching up with him now, and this is why he's given up the England. One of the reasons he gave up the England career was to extend his club career. I mean, Alan Shearer did it, didn't he? He
did, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was still scoring 20 goals a season. Alan Shearer, he retired at 35, wasn't it? He retired for Newcastle.
Like that, yeah.
I think he was 30 when he retired for England.
Was he?
So,
right. I know if Vardy hadn't been injured this season, he would have scored as many goals as Son, they were saying. Based on
I
don't know how they work it out, but
I think he would have scored at least 18, 20 goals, Vardy, easily.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame because he came in and played that the last game when you was in the Europa Conference, wasn't it? And I mean, you were playing so well in that. I even put a bet on Leicester to win that competition.
You did. But you up against Jose Mourinho, 1-0 up. He closed it down, and we couldn't break him down, and that's why he wins so many trophies. He's good at what he does.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, you went in that first game 1-0 down. I thought to myself, well, you've got the second leg to this game yet. It's not over, and.
Well, Italy are beating Hungary.
Oh, they?
Yeah, 2-1 in the other game in this
How
group.
do you feel about Mancini, Chris? That, obviously being the manager of Italy, fell into to get into this World Cup. I mean, do you think it might be time for him to step down as an international manager and most probably go back to club level managing again, or?
I mean, you failing to qualify for a competition when you were the size of Italy or Germany or England, I think we should lose you your job. Because, like I say, these competitions now are so geared up to the big teams getting through. I mean, you look at England's group. If we didn't get out of that group, then we don't deserve. I would have been calling for Southgate to be sacked if we hadn't got out of the group. But Italy didn't, and you've got to say, I could probably see him being either being sacked or stepping down or mutual consent, one of those. Oh my God! Oh my bloody God! What the hell was that? I think England striker was actually looking to try and hit the camera that goes over the pitch. Yeah, you're quite right, Rene. That was a brilliant goal that Vardy scored against Germany. Back heel, running across the ball. Great goal. You can see England are getting frustrated now. For those of you that like to follow England, I can tell you that here at Leicester Till I Die, we are going to be covering the Women's Euros, which is being held in held in England this year. Sorry. It starts on the 6th of June, so we'll be probably doing the prediction show and a preview show on Tuesday the 5th. And England kick it all off against Austria. We'll be doing a live watch along on Wednesday the 6th with Lou. So we're going to be covering all of England games and probably one or two others as well for the Euros for the women's England team. Who know where the net is, to be honest with you? 20-0 they beat. Was that I think that was San Marino, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, it's like obviously with San Marino being in Italy, it's just a small island in Italy with obviously with a football team. But the internationals that plays for San Marino, they're like, in all fairness, Chris, they're like people like me and you. You know, they go out and they do their normal jobs and that, and then they come back and they just play for their country basically. But
this is why I think this, you know, all the balls should just be put into the bag for the European ones. And, you know, if England are drawn out in the same group as Germany and Hungary, so be it, you know. But, you know, you might get England are coming. Germany have lost the ball. England, honestly. Oh, what a weak shot that was. What a pathetic shot. Oh, we've got it back, though. We've got it back. And we passed the ball across the box straight to a German player. Oh, honestly, I think I shouldn't be watching England's women team at the moment.
So who have we got in the back three, Chris? Is it Walker? Is Walker, Maguire, and who else?
Walker, Maguire, and let me have a look for you. Walker, Maguire, and Stones and Trippier. Although Trippier might be a bit more of a winger. But yeah, it's Stones that's in there.
Yeah.
But Rennie
if that was me, I'll take Maguire. I'll take Maguire out. I'll sub Maguire, and that'd be the next player for me to sub off.
Would you what for an attacking player or just for another defender?
I mean, you could do it for another defender. I mean, I haven't seen who's on the bench and who's been like gone to. I mean, to me. I prefer Mings from Aston Villa to Harry Maguire.
I mean, all I would say is I don't think the defence is our problem at the moment, and I'm just putting the Bellingham is obviously on, so I'm just putting the subs up there for you. I'm not too worried about the back. It's the strikers, like I say. Sterling isn't on form today. Kane isn't. Get them off and get Bowen and Abraham on.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, we couldn't score in the old building with the naughty ladies in.
Yeah,
the way we are playing.
You'd have to. I mean, Bellingham's come on as well. Well, that was in the first half, wasn't it? Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
But
just to go back to what Rennie said here. Rennie said, what's he saying here? Let's just have a look. He said something about when was the last time England won? I think. When was the last time we won? Rennie, we actually won at the end of March. We beat Ivory Coast 3-0. And that was on my birthday, 29th of March. And before that, we won on the 26th of March when we beat Switzerland. And before that, on the 15th of November, we beat San Marino 10-0. So apart from the last two games, before that, we beat Albania 5-0. And believe it or not, before that, we actually drew with Hungary 1-0. So after drawing with Hungary, we won 4 games out of 4 after that. So we can't slag them off. Yeah, as you said there, words, agree with you. 65 minutes now, it is subs times. Otherwise, there's no point in bringing them on, you know, to give them sort of 5-10 minutes here, you know.
65, blimey, I've just literally now just gone to the 64th. When you put that comment in.
You're about a minute and a half probably behind us there.
Yeah.
But having said that, you're not exactly missing much.
No.
I just can't see England scoring. We do, as Word says there, we need to make some changes. But it is a Germany corner at the moment on the far side. Looks like it's going to be a big one into the box. Oh, a German player went for it and trying to flick it on. It went all the way through the box. So the Germans now have it on the near side. Pulled it back. Referee's getting in the way. Referee. The German, he's apologising to the German player. He dropped his whistle, but he was in the way. So I think he'll have one of those drop balls, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Werner in Gnabry's come on for Germany, so the ex-Arsenal player. But yeah, he's to be honest with you, I think he's in his
his watch is broken. His watch is broken.
He's in his final contract at Bayern Munich, and he's a cut price now for him. They reckon anywhere about 40 million. They reckon to sign him.
For who's that? Sorry.
For that Gnabry, the striker that played for Arsenal, went to Bayern Munich.
Right.
Yeah, and they reckon it's anywhere 40 million.
They've done the drop ball after a bit of faffing about and deciding what they were doing with it. I don't know what I haven't seen. Come on, let's get some England players warming up and let's make some substitutions. Let's freshen it up. Because at the moment, it's just like, they're just dominating it now. They are just dominating it.
They are. I think for this, Chris, I think you've got to change. England's got to, obviously, you said what you said, bring on subs, but you've got to bring on subs. And I think you're going to see a change of formation now. You have to, because it's not doing nothing in this second half. So
they've had 64% possession, but we've actually had more shots than them.
Exactly. Yeah.
We've had 11 shots to their 8, but they've had the most possession. But of course, the main stat is the one that says 1-0. Oh, Pickford coming out there. Well done, sir. He's a brave goalkeeper, Pickford. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he is good. Yeah, I do like him.
Words is agreeing with you there, Anthony.
Yeah,
I never thought I would be saying this, but bring on Grealish. It's just
yeah. You'd have to bring.
Talking of which, he's putting his shirt on. Grealish. We are going to see him.
Who do you think would come off for him?
To be honest with you, oh God, you got me saying that now. Sterling could come off because he's not really doing much. Or Mount, I think.
I think it'd be Mount. I think it'd be Mount because Mount's only had one chance. That wasn't exactly a brilliant shot in that game, was it?
Very quiet.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like Mount for Chelsea. He's not too bad, but I feel that.
But some players have good games and bad games, and the thing is, when they're having a bad game, you can't just stick with them. Good cross in from Germany. England head it out, with Germany back coming down the near side. It's going to be a cross into the box from the number 3, all the way over. Number 13 for Germany. What a save there from him by Pickford. That could have been 2-0. And to be honest with you, it's a one-handed save. Pickford, you're showing off. A good ball in. Yeah, he shoots, it hits the ground and goes up. Pickford, yeah, he did well to get that. Pickford. But yeah, if Germany had gone 2-0 up, you couldn't.
There would be no coming back from that, to be honest with you, would there? If they would have scored that.
Well, again, which you call Mount off. I think you're ahead of us there, Words. Del Boy, how the devil are you, sir? Welcome along. We got the Arsenal massive in.
Yes. What's the crap? What's the bleeding story?
Yeah. Cover your ears, children. Del Boy's in the room. Oh, Southgate out, Arteta in. Let's do it. Let's do a straight swap. Would you take Southgate for Arteta?
No. No. I'm not saying that in the nasty. It is because, to be honest with you,
no problems, mate. No problems.
His CV, he's got nothing really much. All right, I know he's the manager of the England national team, but he obviously he hasn't worked. He's gotten to the final of Europa, gotten to final to the Euros. But what I'm trying to say is he's got nothing on his CV at all. He hasn't won nothing as in club management.
Oh, I don't think he's a club manager at all. I mean, you know, he was England under 21. He had to step in when Sam Allardyce was humiliatingly fired because of what the dickhead was doing. And he, let's face it, he did well as the interim manager. And if you remember, he didn't want to take the job. He had to be talked into it.
Yeah.
And it is mount off for Grealish, as Word said there.
It's good shape.
Big up to you, Del. How are you doing? Keep, like I say, I don't think you can swear in the comments, can you? It's certainly. I'm sure if there's a way, you will find it, Del. England coming away now, breaking down the left-hand side into plenty of space, but plenty of Germans back. Grealish has got his first touch on the ball. He gets it through, and the other player loses it in the box. Oh, England! That was a good take there, but then we lost it again. Oh. Could be worse, Del Boy. You could be watching Ireland. You'll love that. Is he that good, Renee? England are coming again. Oh, Grealish. And again, we can't get that ball in the thin box. Look, see, as soon as Del Boy comes in, I start swearing. It was like he got the ball and it was a daisy cut across, and it just was, just hit the German guy and went out. James, good evening. How are you? How's the game been?
Thanks.
Well, yeah. I'll let you answer that one, Anthony.
Well, it's been absolutely well.
Oh, God! Nearly a goal for England.
What?
Just saying that's probably like the closest we've come. It was a header back in. I didn't think he was going to get to the header. Don't think he couldn't really put any direction on it. And I'm not sure if it was the save or it hit the sort of corner of the post and upright. But Germany are breaking now. 2-1. He's got into the ball. He's got the ball through. Oh, good save, Pickford. Pickford was out and went down at his feet. Yeah, so James, you should have come in earlier. It's come a bit exciting since you came in. But I think, I don't think this is a game that will go down in memory.
No.
I cannot believe we're 1-0 down with 75 minutes gone. Yes, we've made 2 substitutions, but one of those was because of an injury. And he hasn't made another substitution.
It's like what you said. I would have took Kane off, put in Abraham.
Yeah.
You freshed up that middle part of the. To be honest with you, our middle part of the area has been freshed up. Obviously with Grealish and Bellingham, but it's like what I said. If you took Kane off and put in Tammy Abraham, that's the middle of the part that we freshed up.
Germany are making substitutions like nobody's business.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. How many substitutions would they to?
How many?
Yeah.
I can tell you they've made 3.
Oh.
Gonby on for Hoffman, Werner on for Musala, and just coming on Goretzka on for Muller. And we've made one, and we are losing. Yeah! Oh, how the bloody hell did that go in? Oh, Jesus! Harry Kane! Oh! It went across. It was unmarked. It was stretching. It's gone to the corner's been taken, so I can't see it on replay. It's back in again, and it's headed over. Oh, Harry Kane! Wow. At least we see. I've got to say, as much as I want to see Maddison in the squad, that was the goalkeeper. He just put his body there, and it hit his body. He was sliding as he shot it, Harry Kane, to get to it, and it just. The goalkeeper was going down on his side, and it just hit the goalkeeper.
Oh,
wow. Renee, I don't talk about it because it's not a Leicester thread, this one. So it's an England thread on that.
Muller's just come off on mine.
Yeah. I don't think he knew a lot about it, words, James is a Scotland fan. Gareth Southgate is a bit like Steve Clarke when it comes to making changes, especially if they are losing, too stubborn, not being bold enough. Yeah, I mean, I take that. I mean, I'm anybody that knows me knows I'm a Southgate fan, but yet, you can still criticise them on a game-by-game basis. It doesn't mean that you want them out, but I've got to be honest, like I say, although I wanted... would love to see Maddison in the team. When Grealish comes on, as you've seen now, isn't it, Anthony? Grealish has come on, and it's like England have stepped up a gear.
It has, yeah, steps up a gear. Yeah, I think it's like what I said. I do feel that they need to bring another attacking player on. I think with Grealish coming on, I think if they bring on another attacking player, maybe another defender, I think you need to bring on a defender as well, just to change that formation. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's still got the subs left to do, so he could do both. You got the argument is that would it disrupt the back line because they are, but
I mean, at the minute, we've been attacking more than obviously defending, so it's one of those things that. But I still think Aaron Maguire, not for me.
Yeah, he's not had a bad game. I'm just looking here. I mean, he's got 6.7. It's the highest of the sixes, same as Stones and just about Pickford. Mount got a 7.2. I don't know how that happened. Rice,
I don't know that happened. No. I've got to be honest with you. By looking at Mount in this game, I think he would have been lucky to have got a 5.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think we've just answered you there. We're having a difference of opinion about him, Del Boy. I don't think he's done anything wrong. Just showing the Harry Kane. Yeah, he was lucky to save that. Was Neuer, but come on. I mean, it's showing. Come on, Gareth. There's 10 minutes to go. Oh, Saka's off and Bowen is on. So Bowen is on for Saka.
Oh, I don't know.
I agree with you here, James. Yeah, stick with him until he does something wrong. He's got us, I mean, these are like meaningless friendlies. Look how many friendlies we lost under Sven-Göran Eriksson, but he got us to 2 quarterfinals. Oh, bit of a misunderstanding there with the Germans. So yeah, I would. Very, very true, James. Very, very true. It's like Arteta at Arsenal. He's got them back into Europe, hasn't he? Oh, did I say that out loud, Anthony?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. He's not the man, Chris Arteta. Let's be honest. You know me. I'm Arteta. What it is, he sees they go on about Project Youth, and then they're saying, "Oh yeah, but we're thinking of 10 years or 15 years down the line. Well, if that's the case, then 10, 15 years, and he's a part to do with that plan, why have you offered him a 3-year contract? Would you offer him more?
Well, the thing's
being
right.
instead of you doing it in 15 years, I want you to do it in 8 years. I'll offer you an 8-year contract, even though I don't want Arteta there for 8 years. Mine.
I shouldn't have mentioned Arteta, should I?
No.
things were being thrown at Trippier then as he was taking the corner, which he had to clear out the way. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look dangerous. It looks like, them squeezy balls or what have you. But yeah, things were definitely being thrown. I know we're all managers, aren't we? At the end of the day, we all think we can do better jobs, but I just think when you're losing, you need to make changes, and just hasn't. I mean, what is the point of keeping Harry Kane on? He's had a couple of good chances, and that's been it. So why hasn't he been taken off? I didn't think that he was going to have favourites. Gareth Southgate. That's what he said. He said if they're on form, they'll be picked. I'm sorry, Gareth. On that way, you are exactly the same as every other England manager that's behind you. Why not just admit it?
Yeah. And have you noticed now it's come more to the end of the game? Have you noticed that Harry Kane is more now in the box and he's not coming back deep? He's playing more up front.
Yeah.
Have
you
you
should be
noticed
doing
that
from the start, really, shouldn't
exactly. This is what I've been saying all along. I don't know why Southgate likes him coming back deep. When you play your one up front, your one striker, you constantly want him in the box all the time.
Yeah.
You don't want him coming back deep. There's no point in that.
No,
because that means if you come back deep, you're right next to your cam. You're attacking midfielder. So that means he's then got to step back a bit. Do you know what I mean? So there's no point in that.
I know what you're saying, Rene, but I still don't want Vardy playing for England because he's if he picks up an injury for England, he's not just out for a couple of weeks anymore. He's out for a couple of months. So he won't go back to England because it's extending his career. So that will never happen, I'm afraid. But no, I mean on this game, I have been disappointed in Southgate. I'm not going to lie. 83 minutes gone, and we've still got two strikers on that can't score in the old proverbial ladies' place. And that little England are attacking just now. Plenty of passing around the box. It's in the box. Getting it across. Oh! What defending. Trippier right across the box. And the German puts it out for a corner. So Trippier is there again amongst all the things that are being thrown. It's into the box. Headed. Good header out. It goes virtually all the way back to the centre circle.
Sane's coming.
And then, penalty! Is that a penalty? What? That's got to be looked at, Mr. Referee. That has got to be looked at. Kane, and it's gone out for a German corner in the meantime. Kane was brought down there. He's going to look at the... He's having a word, I think, with VAR. And that was something else that Mark Horsley said this morning, the referee. We should be able to hear what the referee and the VAR are saying to each other.
Yeah.
I
could simply agree with that. But it's like what I said earlier, Chris. I'm not really a fan of VAR.
He's gone over to... Sorry, mate. He's gone over. He's looking at the screen. Oh. Now, this is going to be contentious because I still don't think he's going to give it. No. I've got to be honest with you. It wasn't a penalty.
Oh.
You could actually give that to Kane for diving.
Oh, right, now he's just gone down in the area.
Yeah, no.
When you see it here, it does look like there's contact on the clip, but I don't know.
It does. That's why I. No, it's his. No, he's given it. I think he has given it.
So there is contact then. It definitely looked contact.
I didn't think it was. Looking at it in slow-mo, I'm completely confused here as to what is going on.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in slow-mo. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now
I don't think he caught him, I don't think he caught him. Nico Schotterbeck has... Yes, it's a penalty. He's given it. He has given it. Wow. Oh, I've got to be honest with you there. To me, on second looks, it wasn't a penalty. But you know who's going up to take it? Wow. Harry Kane here.
Was it over his own? It looked like Harry Kane trips over his own foot.
Yeah. And Harry Kane puts it away. It is 1-1. I didn't say Harry Kane was going to score today. I said what a good game he's having.
Yeah, you did.
Let's see what everybody in the chat is saying. England won. Germany won. England, you have just played your get out of jail card free. VAR looking at it. Oh my FG says words. Rennie, I don't think that at all. I've seen the replay, says James. Had to look at the penalty incident. Not enough for me, that. I agree. I said, first of all, I said penalty straight away, didn't I? I shouted penalty.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot to do something. Oh. Indeed. Oh.
I was going to say, I was waiting for something. I didn't know whether you forgot or what, but then when you done it.
Yeah. Oh, that's my age. Yeah, words on Harry Kane. I said what a fantastic game he's had, and I could see him scoring today. You know me too well, words. You know me too well. But yeah, when it first happened, I thought penalty. It looked like he'd fallen onto him, and caught his foot or something. But then when he looked at it in slow motion, I think he went down anyway. I don't know how that was given. Excuse me.
It looked like he tripped over his own foot.
Yeah. I don't. I'm not not arguing.
No, I'm not arguing. No.
But yeah, that was a totally and utterly weird one.
Yeah. Yeah, I just seen the replay on the penalty as well. Wrong side of the goalkeeper as well.
Penalty for England, it says here. Though the referee didn't originally signal towards the spot, Kane is brought down inside the area after an inadvertent trip by Schotterbeck. VAR has asked for a pitch-side review, and surely this will result in a penalty for England. Yeah, once that the VAR person has said to the referee on the pitch, and again, Mark Holsley said this earlier, you know that it's going to be given once he's walked over to the monitor. England, obviously, this is going to give England a boost. Out to Grealish on the far side of the box. Cross it. Ooh! Who was that?
I mean, he's not going to make a stupid substitution, is he? Gareth Southgate, and bring Tammy Abraham with like a minute to go or something stupid like that.
There's 4 minutes added time on, so if he makes it, this is Brendan Rodgers substitute time. England under 21s win 3-0 Brighton. Who was that? Bogun scored to Anthony. Just thought I'd let you know. What about what the Arsenal fan thought about the Kane goal? It was a penalty, wasn't it? You know.
I mean, I read the other day. I think it was with Balogun that like the guy just said he scored 2 goals there. Apparently, Burnley might take him on loan because there is it where Horse or whatever that striker they signed.
Yeah.
Apparently he's leaving Burnley, isn't he? I'm not too sure.
He's asked to leave, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it's paper talk, but the rumours are he's asked to leave. So I don't think he obviously didn't go there expecting to get relegated.
No. I mean, neither did we. I didn't even think they were going to get relegated, to be honest with you.
No. Oh, did you know Russia has changed its name? It's now called the Football Union of Russia.
Yeah.
Bit of useless information for you there. Group. Oh, here we go. England are in group. So this still leaves us bottom. England, Italy are top because they're winning against Hungary. Hungary are second. Germany will be third. And England will be fourth. And literally it goes 4-3-2-1, going down on the points. Apparently, it's 50 England goals for Harry Kane. 4 more goals to beat Rooney's record. Yeah, good luck to him. Good luck to him if he does.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'll never like him when he plays, for the Tottenham shirt on it. But when he's got the England shirt on.
I think we all do, to be honest with you, Chris. I think we all do, don't we? It's like, we can't stick him in the Premier League, but then when he's got an England top on, it's slightly different.
I don't think I said bottom words. I said Balogun, didn't I? I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't think. Did I say bottom?
Bottom?
Yeah. For Balogun, that name.
Oh, Balogun.
Balogun, is it?
Yeah. Balogun. Sorry, Balogun scored 2 for Anthony. Yeah.
Oh, is it an A? B-A-L, is it? I can't see it on the screen. I'm useless with names and pronunciations.
Yeah, he played. He's in our reserves. And he's played a few times for us in the first team as well. He went out on loan.
It's full time, and it is 1 apiece. It has finished. England, there. Your thoughts, Anthony? Got out of jail free?
It was definitely get out of jail free. I mean, with the penalty. It makes me think, was it a penalty? I don't know if it was, but I'm not going to moan. But to be honest with you, I think the game got more lively. It got more better towards the end of the second half. I mean, obviously we did have a few chances in the first half to score goals. We come the closest, and obviously had more shots throughout the game. Possession wise, I don't understand that. But compared to the shots that we've had,
well, exactly.
Yeah, but it's been a funny old game. But I think 1-1. I think, to be honest with you, I would most probably say it was maybe a fair result on the end of the day.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you. We were lucky. When Grealish came on, it was a completely different game. Oh, words, brilliant! Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you, sir. You're top man. Top man.
Okay.
The point is better than nothing for England tonight. It's a point that I didn't, we weren't going to get. I mean, I think we were very lucky. We got out of jail. Italy beat Hungary 2-1. But I mean, I've got to show you this. And the site that I use for my stats as we're watching the game, we've got Harry Kane as man of the match. Now, I'm sorry, I'm pleased he scored the goal, and you know he gets the penalties. He gets the penalties. I just can't see that that was a man of the match performance. Can you?
No. If I had to give it to anybody, I would either, and I'm not being biased when I see this. For me, I either have to be Saka or Pickford, the goalkeeper.
Yes.
That's the only two I can pick. From that team.
I've got to be honest with you. I'd probably agree with you, but yeah, I'd probably go for Pickford in the end. I certainly would not go for any form. Would I go for Kane as man of the match? He took the penalty, and you expect him to score the penalty. In fairness, so let me just like Word says there, either keeper. It's I mean, there was better players on the German side than Kane, but I mean, it's opinions, isn't it? That is what it is all about.
Yeah,
all
it's
about opinions.
It is.
And let me just see if I can just bring up the tables. I don't understand the tables. You've got A1, A2, A3, A4. It's like a paper. It's like a paper convention, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we are in Group A4, looking at this, and unfortunately, we are still bottom. James, Everton fan. Pickford rarely lets England down. That's why Southgate sticks with him as the number one. And I think that's the same reason he would say about Maguire as well. But I think sometimes, certainly for these matches, James, I said at the start I would have loved to have seen Ramsdale. I really would. Hope you. When am I saying bottom? I'm not sure what you're on about here. Chris said bottom again. Did I say we were bottom of the table or something?
Yeah, we are bottom of the table, aren't we? We're bottom with 1 point. Yeah.
Words, explain yourself. I have no idea. Hope your back recovers quickly and well. That's for you, Anthony.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah. We are for words here. We are 4th out of 4 in Group A3. one point there. So we're not, we're not out of the race for it. But I mean, Italy won the Euros, didn't make it to the World Cup, and now they're top in this group. I mean, it's a funny old game, as somebody once said.
Yeah, it is a funny old game. But then I think to myself, I mean, it obviously is like what you said. Italy's won the Euros. They're top of our group. They could most probably go on and win this, maybe, But is one. I think this most probably they most probably want to go on and win it. To be honest with you, knowing that they haven't got the they're not the World Cup. So if they've got a trophy to win, this could be another trophy to their name. Look, so that's it really. That's all I can think of.
I mean, being an Arsenal fan, you just you'd take any trophy, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't resist. We have got Italy on Saturday. That's coming from Molyneux. Anthony, thank you very much, young man.
That's okay.
As always, it was a pleasure. And being a supporter of Bristol City and Arsenal, it's probably nice for you to see a game with goals in.
Well, it was, and I was quite happy because with the England fans, I saw the St George's flag with Bristol City written along it. So there was a couple of Bristol City fans.
In fairness, he's always there, isn't he?
Yeah.
You've got to give him credit. But Anthony, your details are in the chat. If they're not, I'll go and put them in now because they're a late edition. But just tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at my name at Anthony Herbert. You can also find me on SVT TV, Football United TV, Dugout Daily, and also Leicester Till I Die. I'm off now to go and kick this ball in Arteta's ball, right? So, and that's it.
You have to play with your balls. That's all I'm just thinking. Anthony, thanks very much, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Take care, stay safe, and look after that.
All right, take care, Chris. Have a nice one. Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks to Anthony there, and hopefully his back does get better. Sounded a bit nasty, that. I'm not going to lie. Sounded a bit nasty. Right, what have we got coming up? Oh, let's just go through some last few comments here. 4 out of 4. Is it the way I say bottom or something? Is it? I'm not trying to crack a joke. Bottom crack. Yeah. Okay. Italian team for Champions League next year, possibly. James, cheers, lads. Take care. See you all soon. Thanks for popping in, James. Got a link for Anthony. So many Anthony Herberts there is. I will put the link in. Well, in fact, I'll tell you what it is now. But I will add it in. But let me give us a shout out. So it's at Anthony. Anthony, and then it's Anthony, then followed by 795. I'll tell you what, and rather than try and guess that, I'll put it there in the chat. If you want to follow him on Twitter, that is his chat there. He is an Arsenal fan, but he's a great lad. And if you do like a bit of Anthony, get on to Leicester Till I Die TV, and you will see the best of Anthony from the final game of the season. That is well worth a watch. He was our own Anthony Kamara, and a lot cheaper as well. But yeah, that's his link there in the chat. He is making funny. Is that 2 minutes? You're going to be back in 2 minutes. I think that's what he was sort of saying. There's a lot coming up this week, and please do not forget, I can't wait for this to go live. Get ready for it. Mark Housey. Let me just get rid of the chats, and let me get rid of the where are we here? Get rid of the banners and get rid of the comments, and let us show you this. It might work this time.
You do know who I am?
Oh, what? Honestly, lovely guy. Absolutely lovely guy. Took the time out to spend an hour with me, and we had a chat about his refereeing, about refereeing in general. VAR, we had a really good chat on VAR. And I've got to say, honestly, I came off that chat with a whole new perspective from a referee's point of view and games. So it was a really, really, really good fun. Subscribed, you mean followed on Twitter. But that's coming up later in the week. If you haven't, as Word said there, please subscribe to the channel. Leicester Till I Die TV. Click on that notification bell, and you will know when that is coming up later in the week. My chat with Mark Halsey. Tomorrow night it's a sloppy seconds night. We've got Dan, the Burnley man. Season review number 5, 7:30 to 8:30. And at 9 o'clock, we've got the KP Atmosphere show. Could they... I know, Anthony, you're welcome, mate. Thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, fantastic. It was. He's such a nice guy, easily approachable. I never thought he'd say yes, and he did. Absolutely. I think he's done a few shows, but yeah, great guy. And he says it as it is. Obviously, he's retired now, but yeah, he was a good lad. He was a good lad. So tomorrow, say 7:30, we've got the season review, looking at Leicester from an opposition, a neutral fan view. 9 o'clock, can we improve the atmosphere at the KP? 7 ways it could be done, according to the University of Leicester student. On 9 o'clock, we've got the promotion special on Thursday, and we'll be talking to a Fulham, a Bournemouth, and a Forest fan about being back in the Premier League and what their hopes and aspirations are for next season. And the debate show at 9 o'clock on Friday, and we're saying as Leicester fans, are we glad Forest are back? Are we looking forward to having a couple of derbies, or would we sooner see them down in the second tier below us? So that's the debate show at 9 o'clock. And then obviously the match on Saturday, England versus Hungary. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Anthony, thank you so much for coming on. You are genuinely a great guy. Words, I don't know your real name, Words, but Words, thank you so much for being on and joining in. James as well, thank you so much for coming on. Words, thank you for your donation as well, of course. That was really, really appreciated. Renee for being on as well. I know you had to go. I think a lot of people had to go from were on earlier. Helen was on, Static was on. Thank you, everybody that came on and joined in. It does make it worthwhile. I will see you tomorrow night at 7:30 with Dan. Dan? Yes, indeed, Words. I will see you then. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Remember, whatever you do, don't do anything that I wouldn't enjoy. Good night.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
It's all over. It is now.